I never wanted to say anything, not to the public, not even to the board. But they left me no choice. When people like you, people with money, power, and no clue what you're tampering with, come asking me to endorse another mission down there after everything that happened, I have to speak. You're planning to go back to the Antarctic Exclusion Zone for a fossil hunt? You want to drill through 3 kilometers of unstable glacial rock like it's some kind of museum dig? He scoffs, tired. You think this is about paleontology? You don't understand. You can't. No one does. You won't believe me. You'll call it hallucinations, trauma, madness. You'll say the footage is deep fake, that the ink sketches are hoaxes. But it's all I have left. And it's real. A beat. The only thing that might stop you is fear. So let me tell you what happened. From the beginning. Back then, we were proud of the tech. We thought we'd built the future. Custom-modified long-range drones, high-altitude hybrid VTOL aircraft, quick-start thermal fuel cells, all cutting-edge, bleeding-edge even, but not made for what we'd find. We had 4 long-range Nix-class drones, built in Munich, retrofitted in Argentina, deployed from McMurdo's old Black Site airstrip. They were meant to carry us deep inland, across glacial fields, ancient craters and jagged spires that hadn't seen sunlight in millennia. Dogs? We used autonomous snow rovers, each with thermal mapping, multi-leg stabilization, and AI-assisted payload management. We weren't explorers anymore. We were surgical excavators. We'd planned a grid, a system of stations marked across old Shackleton Bates maps. We targeted areas with exposed ridges, minimal ice cover. But even with the mapping, with all our tech, we misread what we were standing on. A long pause. The rain intensifies against the windows. Dyer looks off-screen. They're going back here, with better gear, with more ambition, and no idea what they're waking up. They said it was a fossilized jungle, that they saw roots, organic growth. But what grows under a continent that's been frozen for 600 million years? He whispers, almost to himself. We drilled, we melted, and we opened something. We weren't amateurs, not thrill seekers or viral documentary cowboys. We were specialists, engineers, geologists, physicists. Every piece of this thing was hand-picked, funded in silence, assembled in the dark. There were 20 of us on the core team, half from Polaris Institute's private research wing, the rest freelancers and consultants with black project clearance. Most had Arctic survival certification, drone piloting experience, and deep field navigation training. The public knew just enough. Some press leaks, a few posts on Reddit. But the real backers, Starkweather Moore, the Darby Foundation, they wanted it quiet, controlled. That should have been a red flag. You know the name. Project Black Ice. You've seen the posts, the missing people, the blacked-out documents, but you don't know what it was. You don't know what we brought back or what we left open. The ship left port on September 2nd. The date always sticks. We passed through the Panama Canal, refueled in Samoa, picked up last-minute clearance codes in Tasmania. That was our final contact point. After that, we vanished. The ship left port on September 2nd. The date always sticks. We passed through the Panama Canal, refueled in Samoa, picked up last-minute clearance codes in Tasmania. That was our final contact point. After that, we vanished. None of us had seen real polar weather before. The white silence, the crushing emptiness. We relied on the ship captains, Douglas on the Arkin, and Thor Finson commanding the Misk Tech 01. Both were ex-whalers turned contract navigators. Ice pilots, real veterans of the southern madness. Every degree south felt like we were stepping off the grid. No GPS, no signals, only radar ghosts and polar orbit telemetry. The light got weird, stretched, slowed, like the world didn't want us there. Some nights we'd watch the icebergs roll past, massive things, alien things. One night I swear I saw one move against the current. Pabity said it was just a trick of the eyes, a mirage, but the peaks were like blades jutting out of the void. That was our welcome mat, an invitation to step off the world. We made visual contact with Erebus by satellite ping, the volcano, still active beneath 1 trillion tons of ice. That was our base. He leans forward into the light, trembling. We weren't the first to stand there. Something was already awake under that mountain. We made visual contact with Erebus by satellite ping, the volcano, still active beneath 1 trillion tons of ice. That was our base. He leans forward into the light, trembling. We weren't the first to stand there. Something was already awake under that mountain.